Hello, hope you've all been happy, healthy, and safe. Today we are going to do a pick your card reading. So we'll get into the current energies right now for you, what might be your challenge. We're going to get maybe some spirit advice. And then we'll get the potential outcome. Okay, and then we'll get surrender cards and messages from the universe, like I like to get. So we'll start with that, and then we'll see where this goes. But I'm going to clear the energies first and call in your guides and your angels. So go ahead and take a moment to go pick your pile. Pile 1, pile 2, or pile 3. Timestamps will be down below. So take a moment, pick your pile, and I'll meet you there. Okay, so if you chose pile 1, these will be your messages. Okay, calling in your guides, your angels, your spirits that want to get messages to you for healing purposes from your highest and best good. Okay. All right. Okay, so we will start off. I think we'll use these guys here. Start off with these guys and see where we go from there. Okay. Okay, so let's see. What is your current energy right now? Please, Spirit, what is the YouTube viewers' current energy right now? Well, you got stuff flying out. Okay, so your current energy right now is you have the Emperor, and then you have Judgment. So just give me a moment to channel this. What are we feeling? Is this the person? Okay, so I feel the Emperor, I'm feeling this is an energy outside you. This is not your energy. Okay? There seems to be something to do around your everyday life. Okay, so this is basically your structures, your safety, maybe your home, maybe a situation where there's loyalty around the home somehow. Someone is using their intuition to make a judgment in this situation. It does feel like it's partnership based, so this could be romantic, but it also could be career based. It could be something like that. So I am not feeling this is your energy, but it's the energy that's affecting you right now. So it's an Emperor energy in your life. So Emperors usually, let's see, zodiac signs associated with an Emperor, I think, are Aries. Maybe a Leo, a Sag, so fiery energy. But also doesn't have to be. But this could be dealing with, like, it could be a boss, it could be father figure, it could be something like that. Okay. There's wisdom here. But it feels a little bit like sitting on a sword. It's like The wisdom, it's almost like, if you can see in this, he's like cutting off the loyalty because he thinks he's being wise somehow, is how I'm reading this. Okay. And yeah, reading this another way, if this pertains to you, there needs to be a judgment and wisdom, using your intuition about loyalty surrounding your everyday, your home, your finances, your everyday life, your everyday structures. And with this judgment, there needs to be some shedding of old skins. There needs to be, yeah, basically shedding of old skins. For the first scenario, where it's somebody outside of you, they're in the process of using their intuition to shed old skins because they realize that their view of loyalty is perhaps cut off. Does that make sense? Okay, let's dig deeper, because let's see the challenge in this situation, okay? Yeah, it just feels like there's a block here. Some sort of block. Somebody's cutting somebody off because of loyalty. Some sort of loyalty. They're making a judgment call on loyalty. So whether this is your energy or an outside energy, take that situation how it resonates, but definitely something there. The challenge for you right now, you have the Four of Pentacles. So yeah, definitely there's a challenge of fertility. There's a challenge of abundance. There's a challenge of just, and it feels like there's something sneaky around all of this. Feels like there's a sneaky energy. And that sneaky energy is also quite abundant. Like the sneaky energy, it just seems like there's a lot of sneaky energy. Seems like the fox representing, very clever, very very sly, very just, I'm getting, like fast and very fast. Okay, so that's the challenge. Okay, let's see what the current outcome, if you don't do anything, if you don't take any advice, the advice that I'm going to give you. If you don't take that, what's the outcome going to be of this? Okay, this guy. Okay, well, two cards came in upside down. You have the Nine of Swords, if you can see that, and the Seven of Swords, if you can see that. Now, this deals with your swords, usually deal with your mental energy, or their mental energy, okay? There's a mental energy here, polar bears, if you can see, protecting his young. There's an energy here of someone being up in their head about protecting someone, with the Nine of Swords. It does feel, and that judgment around that. And it does feel like, yeah, okay. Okay. Right. Yeah, it feels like there's judgment around somebody else's, okay, yeah, I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. It feels like there's loyalty. Something has recently been expressed, perhaps through an emperor, a boss, a leader, some sort of leader, where loyalty has been tested with the Judgment card. You or they thought they were protecting you, but in reality, they were, I want to say, shooting themselves in the foot by making the decision that they made. Okay, because I feel like these are two separate energies. Okay, so one party, I do believe it was them, thinking they were protecting something or someone. And it was very fast. With the Panther energy, though, I do feel this is either your energy, or perhaps if, the first energy is you, if you're in the Emperor energy, then the second energy would be them. Okay? So take that how it resonates. So they're about to make a decision. They're up in their mind about making a decision. Now, the Black Panther, I take the Black Panther as very intuitive. Okay, so, but in this picture, if you see that, he's just kind of sitting on a decision right now. He's not really making a decision, he's just sitting on it. Okay? He's using his intuition to come up with the decision. Okay? Using his judgment, right? Okay, now, let's get some advice, okay? Let's get some advice. Let's use a different deck. Let's use this deck. Should we use this deck? Okay. Okay. Now, the advice. What advice do you have for them? Okay, you have cleansing waters. Purification activates vibrant life force. So there's a need here to cleanse something, to either cleanse an idea, perhaps the perception of the idea, but it could also mean cutting certain situations, or taking this as certain beliefs that are affecting your beliefs out of your everyday. Yeah. And again, with the lotus, she's bathing. Watery is go with the flow. The lotus is, again, I take that as using your intuition. And then the dragonfly is transformation, so it's change. So there's definitely something you need to go with the flow about, but also use your intuition about the decision to possibly change, right? You also have the miracles card. Expect the wondrous to emerge. So it feels like somebody is kind of, I get from this card, I sort of get like they're like, I'll just make a wish and maybe it'll all go away. Is kind of what I'm getting from this. Yeah, they're just, I'm sorry, I'm just channeling here. Sorry, there just seems to be an element of somebody just wanting a miracle to happen, wanting something to just change quickly, just all on its own. However, there's an element here of it could change on its own, but yeah, it just feels like it's not. It's not going to change on its own. There's also an element here of believing in miracles. Somebody isn't believing that something could change or something could become better. And that needs to change. Yeah. Okay, navigating by the stars, follow your bliss. So someone in this situation needs to follow what's right for them. Navigate through the darkness, and find what gives you stability and find your own path. So whatever this energy is, Spirit is saying, don't let it affect where your journey, basically. Don't let the darkness affect your journey, okay? Reading this card that way, do believe in miracles that, because I feel like someone's perception is affecting someone else's perception about whether something or someone, whether it can happen. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'll give you an example. Let's say someone wants to better themselves and somebody else thinks, oh no, they can't, they won't, whatever, and they're all up in their head and they're like, well, they think they're using their intuition, but they're really not. They're just cut off because they feel like loyalty has been taken away somehow. Is kind of what, and because they're maybe passionate, older, wise, or they think they are, it's just affecting whatever this decision is. It's affecting the decision, okay? It's affecting like your perception of the decision. And so whatever it is could actually be, but because of this kind of this darker energy, influencing perception, it's kind of not, it's creating instability, right? Okay. the advice here is you do definitely need to use your own judgment. You need to make a decision on your own, okay? Do believe that things can happen. You know, miracles can happen, you know, if you're expecting someone to change. But be realistic with yourself, okay? If somebody keeps doing the same things over and over and over again, but you're like hopeful that you'll get a different outcome, and maybe you're, you know, in your heart you want that, but in your mind you're not seeing it. Be logical, put the two together, like, but don't dismiss the fact that it's a distinct possibility. But yeah, follow your own path, and, you know, navigate through the mountains and all that. And if you have to use the light of the stars, basically your own intuition, do that. You know, follow it and follow your happiness, okay? And then what will be your potential outcome should you do that? Let's use these guys. Well, okay, higher ground. So your outcome, your potential outcome in this situation will be, you'll have the higher ground in this situation. So you'll come out on top, basically, with the rose being here and the two. So in partnerships, just in relationships in general, if you just kind of follow your own path, stand your ground, you know, cleanse the water, you know, like, transform. Don't carry things with you that are heavy, you know. Yeah, let go of all those things and just kind of go with the flow, right? And follow your bliss. You will get to this higher ground where you'll be able to manifest and navigate through partnerships and stuff like that with general ease, I'm feeling here, okay? Good. What do you need to surrender here? What does Spirit want you to surrender for your highest and best good? Let's see. Okay. Surrender to play. Take a break from overthinking a goal. Do something fun. Play is a time of recreation and rejuvenation. So get out and, you know, get your mind. I feel like you need to get your mind off this situation, first of all. And just, yeah, be in your own energy, be in your own bliss, be in your own joy. Surround yourself by people who bring you up instead of drag you down, basically, is how this card is coming through to me. And then we'll get a message from the universe, and then we're going to leave that there, and I'm moving on to pile 2. Okay. Okay, message from the universe. Oh, I guess it's this one. You got the Creator Earth message from the universe. So, connecting, grounding yourself is very important at this time. Connecting with nature. Maybe get more plants in your home, caring for more plants. Going outside more, taking more walks, really grounding yourself. Clearing your head is popping through as well. Things like that. Okay? Yeah. Okay, good. Alright, moving on to pile 2. We'll just take a moment. I gotta clean these cards and then we'll move to pile 2. All right. All right. Good deal. All right. Good reading. Okay, pile 2. What are your messages? Calling in angels, guides, spirits, higher self for their highest and best good. Please give me messages. Okay, we're going to use this deck. These guys over here. We'll use that deck and this deck. And yeah, those two. Okay. Alright, we have our deck. So pile 2. What do you have to say to pile 2? What is their current energy, please, for pile 2? Okay. Okay, so okay, so your current energies came in upside down. Okay, so this card here, the ego card with so something with your ego needs to change. Okay, there needs to be new beginnings here. And I do believe that it is something to do around materialism. Okay. Something needs to change around that. What is your challenge? Okay, I am feeling that perhaps you're depending on somebody or something or someone revolving around materialism. There's maybe a bit of an illusion there. And that's all ego based, ego driven. Okay. Your challenge is the star. Your challenge is actually inspiration and fulfillment. Okay, making a decision to begin new, that is your challenge right now. Okay. What is the current outcome? Okay. The current outcome, should you do nothing, is the 7 of water upside down. So, overanalyzing and procrastination is your outcome if you do not take the advice from Spirit. Alright, so let's see what the advice from Spirit is. What does Spirit have to say to you? Okay. What do you have to say to the viewers to get over the procrastination? Alright, so something within your structures needs to change. You have the Throne card. It says your potential is endless. But you need to change something first. You have to end something to get here, okay? And then you got the gold card. You don't need someone else to fix you, this is saying. And there's communication healing. Perhaps somebody feels they need to fix you through communications. But that's not the case. You can do this for yourself by setting boundaries and realizing your own worth. Okay, this card. She looks very like melancholy, like, you know, it's like outside, the windows open, there's this bright outside, right? Like with flowers growing, it looks really abundant and whatever, but inside it seems a bit darker, and she's sitting there holding her cup, staring in the cup, and she just kind of looks depressed. It's like there's an element here of ending certain cycles to thinking, you need to be fixed, because I think there's an element here that you know you don't need to be fixed, but maybe someone is telling you you do need to be fixed, okay? And this is messing with your head a little bit, okay? There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing that needs to be fixed other than your own healing. Communicate and love yourself. If you're looking outside for someone to help you or heal you, a lot of times they can give you advice, they can give you support, but nobody can heal you. You have to heal yourself. So if you think you can fix somebody, they have to fix themselves. If somebody thinks they need to heal you or fix you, it's not going to happen. People don't just heal unless you want to be healed, okay? So that element here of the ego, somebody trying to fix somebody, I get that. Yeah, somebody wants to fix something. Yeah, and you can't. Okay. It's just going to lead to procrastination if, you know, you try and you fail. It's not going to help. Potion, remember to practice self-love. So yeah, healing comes from within. We can go to therapists and get guidance and support and that, but ultimately it's not the therapist that heals you, because if you go to therapy, and even if you watch these videos, you know, we ask questions, or we raise questions to help you heal yourself. Do you know what I mean? So there needs to be a practice within yourself to realizing that the healing power only comes from you. And so don't listen to outside sources. You know, if somebody's in their ego mind, they think they're going to save you, and they're giving you, I don't know, telling you what to do. I get an element of here of somebody saying you have to do this, or you should do this, or whatever, but you in your heart know what's right for you, so do what's right for you and don't worry about that. And with the materialism too, there's an element here of I'm getting keep up with the Joneses. You don't have to keep up with the Joneses, okay? If you're not rich, or you don't have the latest greatest whatever, it's not a big deal. Who cares, right? That's just your ego telling you you need those things, but you don't actually need those things. Do you know? So yeah, so that's just, it's an illusion. It's all an illusion. Okay, actually, I was gonna get one more, but let's see where this is going. What is your potential outcome should you take the advice? Heal yourself. Listen to yourself. I mean, no way am I saying don't go with, if you're going to therapy or you're going to some guidance or something like that. I'm not saying don't go. Like, I'm saying just note that the healing, you can keep going and going and going, but if you're always depending on them to heal you, understand that the healing comes from within you is what I'm trying to say. So they can still give you guidance and raise questions, and maybe that's what you need, but at the end of the day, it's you that heals you. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Okay, so just be clear what spirit is telling me here. Okay, your potential outcome is potential gateway to change. So if you take the advice, if you understand that, if you understand that the inspiration, the fulfillment, the faith, which is your challenge, if you understand all of that is within you already, you change to open a potential gateway to growth and expansion and abundance and all this other stuff. Okay, so that is your potential. Yeah. And also the 0 is manifestation. So 5 is change and 0 is manifestation, right? So you will be able to manifest anything really that you want. It'll give you a sense of freedom, maybe a little bit of uncertainty, but you know what? That right there is freedom. Okay? Okay, what do you need to surrender? Okay, you need to surrender to silence. So in quiet meditation or contemplation, let go and enter the stillness within. Silence can heal and replenish you. So yes, you know, listen to what your inner being is telling you. So if, say, you're in a situation and it makes you sad, overall, you know, like maybe somebody in your life is always letting you down. That person, every time you're around them, you feel sad, you feel drained, you feel alone. That's an indicator that there needs to be something within you that you need to change, right? Like maybe your body is telling you, your higher self is telling you, you shouldn't be around this person because they drain you, they make you sad, they, you know, and so your body's actually telling you this. So but you need to be still and quiet and listen to what your body's actually trying to tell you. Okay. Yeah, let's get message from the universe and then we'll move on to pile 3. Oh, I guess these, oh, wow. You got 3 messages from the universe. The universe really wants to talk to you. Okay. Nourish the sacred feminine with the 18. So, you know, nurture your intuition. Nurture that ability within you that makes you feel. Be okay with feeling. Okay, first of all. You know, so that'll bring about new beginnings forever for you. Okay, magic happens when you most expect it with the 44. 44 is your structure cards. And then 8, and that's structure forever. So there's an element here of healing yourself and expecting that healing to create good for you. There's an element, Spirit is saying you need to kind of expect that this healing will actually help you. And then manifesting is doing. So with the change and ending. So you have to do certain things in order to change things. So it means sometimes bringing an end to things to manifest new beginnings, right? But in any case, you have to put yourself out there and you have to do things. Okay? Okay. Good. That's a good message. Alright, so we'll clean these up. We'll move on to pile 3. Alright. Pile 3. Okay. Pile 3. Calling in the energies of pile 3. Spirit guides, angels, higher selves. Pile 3. What do they need to know for their highest and best good? Let's use blanket. Okay. Put my leg. My blanket. Sorry. You guys are like, why am I watching this? Because I have really good spiritual messages for you. Healing messages. That's why you're watching this. And because I'm funny. Let's face it. That's not ego. Sometimes I'm funny. Sometimes I'm not. Let's be real here. I am. I'm pretty geeky. But I'm okay with that. I embrace it. I wasn't a nerd in school, but I wasn't a popular kid either. I was just sort of in between. I was kind of just there. Yeah. That's me. Alright, anyway. Okay, so what is your current energy? Okay, your current energy is triumph. Your current energy is making a decision about something. Having the courage, the strength to go after it with conviction. That is your current energy, okay? Okay, what is your challenge? Your challenge is heartache and loss. It feels like you're making a decision right now to go after something with courage, with strength, with enthusiasm, with triumphant success. However, your challenge is heartache and thought and loss, and perhaps communicating something or something being communicated to you, okay? Your potential, or not potential, your outcome, how, if you don't take the advice, is what? Obstacles and challenges. Yeah, so your outcome, if you take no advice and you just carrying on the way you carry on, like how I said that, it feels like you're going to create more obstacles for you. But at the same time, in any regard, I feel like if you keep on the current path, keep doing what you're doing, take no advice from spirit, it's going to create a change for you. A change that will bring about growth. However, this route of change isn't going to be an easy one, okay? Because if you can see, he's got to jump to here, but he could fall very far and maybe hit the water, but maybe not. So, yeah. Okay. Okay, so what is your advice? Let's use these guys. Actually, no. Let's use these guys for your advice. Your advice. Okay, what is their advice, please, Spirit? What is their advice? Whoa. Okay, so first of all, you need to heighten your vitality here, okay, with the 49. So your structures, putting an end to certain things that I want to say you believe give you structure, okay? This will actually heighten your vitality. Find out what you're actually passionate about. Find out what you're actually, because it feels a little bit like you don't actually know what drives you, if that makes sense. Feels like you're just living day to day and you're just going around in circles and you don't really truly know what sparks you. Okay? There's an element here of knowing your worth, okay? Understanding you are worth it. It feels a little bit like maybe there were partnership people in your past that communicated that you weren't worth it. You weren't good enough. You weren't special enough. You're just, and there's an element here that intuitively you know you are worth it. You know you are good enough. You need to follow that passion, communicate what it is you want when it comes to partnerships and things like that. And this will create change for you, okay? And then you have to get in the energy of moving into higher ground. And what I mean by this, with the heartache and loss, okay, it feels like there's certain things that, you know, you're making a decision to go towards, but it's only going to create obstacles and challenge is for you because of heartache and loss. And you have to understand that the higher ground, you have the higher ground. You're just not seeing this. You have to take the higher ground. You have to follow your intuition. You have to let certain things go that need to be let go of in the first place. I almost feel like there's a situation or a person or something that you want to hold on to or you want to move towards. But it's almost like all that's going to do is create a challenge for you if you keep trying to move towards it, okay? So there's an element here of you have to accept your heartache and loss. You have to feel the heartache and loss. I feel like there's an element here where you don't want to experience that. You don't want to feel it, but you need to in order to move forward. Okay, trust me, I know this well. You have to feel those feelings and bring them up in order to release them. Because if you just keep hanging on, bottling them up, and saying, oh no, I'm just gonna keep pushing through, it's only just gonna create challenges for you, okay? So you have to recognize your worth. You have to heighten your vitality, realize that you have to put certain endings and things to certain structures, certain everyday things in order to create a change. Okay, so if you take the advice from Spirit, what will be your outcome? Let's use these guys here. What will be your outcome? Happiness. Happiness will be your potential outcome should you actually take the advice from Spirit. Embracing enthusiasm. Shout out to the heavens with happiness. Yeah, you will be in a much greater structured space, but it feels like you need to make a decision, and in this case I'm thinking it is to move away from something. Having that strength and the courage to do so will give you triumphant success and make you avoid these obstacles, because I feel like there's been past heartache and loss anyway in the past. Yeah. Okay. Let's get some surrender cards. What do you need to surrender? Ooh. Wow. You need to you need to surrender the drama. Okay. Sounds about right. Drama never helps anybody. It just creates more obstacles in your life. Okay. No matter how emotionally charged the situation is, remain alert and calm and don't contribute to the drama. Staying centered will help resolve the issue more quickly. Okay, so a big one here. You need to embrace boredom. Embrace boredom, embrace calm, embrace mundane. You need to embrace all of that and surrender to drama, okay? To victim mentality, to all that kind of stuff, okay? And to, with the wolves, they look mean, maliciousness, gossip, all that kind of stuff. You need to surrender all of that, okay, in order to get your happiness. I've done that recently. I'm very happy. Yeah. Let's get message from the universe. Let's use these guys. Actually, let's use these guys. Goes my oil. My essential oil. Okay. Okay, message from Spirit. What do you want to say? Okay. Ask with sincerity. So the message from the universe is to ask with sincerity. I'm feeling this is ask the universe with sincerity what you truly want and desire out of the situation that you're making a decision about. What do you actually want? Right? And ask the universe first. Know you are worth it. Whatever you ask for, know you're worth it. And embrace enthusiasm, because knowing you will get it. Okay? Because you do have the higher ground. Okay? So, okay, good. Good. It's awesome. All right. Okay, we're leaving it there. I'm going to leave it there. Yes. Okay, so much luck to you. Take care.